Hey everyone! Today we're talking about some disappointing things in the GL world. Becky getting sexualized as Nano, Nawat humiliating Charlotte again, Namtan getting snubbed at awards, enjoyjune not getting work, and Channel 3 not supporting their actresses. I know it's a lot of negative stuff, but let's dive in. It's officially confirmed by Netflix Thailand that the new girl from nowhere is Becky Armstrong. She's going to be the new face of Nano in a completely new world. Becky herself posted about it, and this was a huge reveal. Netflix, Harper's Bazaar, Vogue, and Channel 1 all posted about the new girl from nowhere. This is a massive project for Becky, and everyone's celebrating it. The show is set to start airing on March 7th, so the wait isn't that long. We're getting to see Becky as Nano even before her as Princess Blue, so yeah, big congratulations to Becky and the fandom. That said, there is something fans are upset about. It's related to the promotion of the series. The admin of the New Kid Facebook page posted something like this. The translation basically says, Nano, people are told to focus on who's in front of them, but then they secretly zoom under the skirt. If you want to see, just say it. I'll take it off for you. And fans are pissed. Like, really pissed. A portion of Becky's fans feel this kind of marketing crossed a line. They see it as crude, embarrassing, or even exploitative toward Becky. Some are calling it sexual harassment, especially under Thailand's new law just last month. Arguments I've seen say things like, this doesn't suit Becky's image that this promotion is inappropriate or degrading. Now here is the thing. And if you've never watched Girl from Nowhere before, I get why that line would sound offensive. The zoom under the skirt part does sound shocking out of context. But as someone who's watched both seasons of the original show and knows how unhinged and freaky Nano's character is, I don't think this was sexual harassment, nor do I think it was meant to objectify Becky. This kind of language is literally her signature style. Nano is dark, seductive, confrontational. She exposes people's hypocrisy by tapping into their negative emotions, their lust, greed, anger. In this case, the post is calling out people who pretend to be polite or respectful while secretly being voyeuristic and perverted. The zoom under the skirt line is a pretty uncomfortable, but it's a call out of hidden lust. That fits perfectly with the show's edgy tone and moral punishment themes. So I understand why some fans are uncomfortable, but within the context of Girl from Nowhere, this is very on-brand Nano behavior, not an attack on Becky herself. For example, there's another post the New Kid account made. Someone commented, guessing that Ticha might be the new Nano, saying, with a body like this, it's definitely Ticha. And the New Kid account replied in full Nano mode. Sirapur and Moksuk, don't talk about bodies. If you start bringing up body types like this, some groups will start accusing Nano of objectifying humans again. Oops. So yeah, this pretty much sums up the two sides of this whole situation. One side genuinely believes these posts are objectifying Becky and her character, and that this kind of promotion crosses a line. The other side says, no, this is just Nano being Nano. She's not a PG-13 character. She's not meant to be soft, polite, or safe. She's crude, edgy, and deliberately uncomfortable, and that's exactly why she's iconic. Fans who've already watched the original series are saying, if these posts already offend you, then what's going to happen when you actually watch the show? Maybe this kind of content just isn't for you. Girl from Nowhere has never been a cutesy or pababy. It's dark, provocative, and unsettling on purpose. Nano's character is meant to expose human flaws, especially hypocrisy, lust, and moral double standards. These lines aren't glorifying objectification. They're calling out perverts who pretend to be respectful on the surface. A lot of fans are also saying we need to separate Becky from the role. The show has always been edgy, and this kind of tone fits perfectly with the character's core. So what do you guys think? Personally, I'd recommend watching the original Girl from Nowhere before the reset, just so you can really understand the essence of Nano as a character. I'm excited to see Becky embrace such a bold, daring, and slightly controversial role. It is possible that New Kid will be a toned-down version of Nano, but we'll have to wait for the trailer and the actual series to judge that. For me, I don't think the original post was meant to objectify Becky at all. It feels like the admin is fully locked into Nano's character while promoting the show and interacting with people. That's what makes Nano really Nano. Next, we need to talk about Charlotte again, because apparently, based on discussions on X, Nawat is back at it. So, reportedly, Nawat mocked Charlotte again. She went live yesterday around 3 a.m. very late, just hanging out with her friends Marima and Heidi. They were gaming, and apparently, he had a problem with that. He allegedly said that her going live like that is ruining her image, and then went on to mock her low viewership compared to before. He even compared her negatively to others, like Engfa, saying other girls get more views, more gifts, more attention, and that this is why Charlotte doesn't get solo activities anymore. Completely ignoring the fact that live happened like 3 a.m. when most fans were probably sleeping and it wasn't something pre-scheduled. She just randomly went on live to play some games with her friends. According to him, her fans don't show up for her. As you can imagine, fans are furious. A lot of people see this as yet another instance of him talking trash about Charlotte, especially whenever she gets positive attention, like right after her recent 4 Elements unveiling event. It feels very attention-seeking and very deliberate at this point. What makes this even more frustrating is that Charlotte already addressed this kind of situation in a previous interview. Without naming anyone, she asked her fans to ignore Nawat bad behavior. She talked about how in the past there was an incident where fans were unhappy and ended up attacking each other badly. After that, she spoke directly to her fans and told them, "If you're my fan, you can do anything you want, but there's one thing you must not do. Don't cause trouble for me." She asked fans to stay united, respect each other, and not react to criticism. If someone says something negative, there's no need to pay attention to it, and if fans don't want her to focus on bad things, then they should also ignore them. She said fans should protect the image and reputation of the person they love. Don't get dragged into negativity, don't add fuel to drama, and don't start fights. Stay in your own space and be happy. Because at the end of the day, when fans fight, the person who gets hurt the most is the artist they love. If fans stay calm and support each other, things will naturally settle down. So fans took that to heart. They were like, okay, we're not going to give this man attention or money anymore. But then, here he goes again. And now, people are trolling him, hard, especially over his own solo fan meeting. Yes, he announced a solo fan meeting for himself on Valentine's Day, and the comment section is absolute chaos. Someone commented, "There are actually people who would pay for a Nawat fan meet?" And he replied saying, "Almost 2,000 tickets sold out." Except, the trolling didn't stop, because people quickly found out its sale, priced at 29 baht. That's literally around 80 cents. The cheapest ticket I've ever seen, and now he's getting dragged for that too. Then he posted on his Instagram story saying, "I'm so excited there are 3 fan groups supporting this. I heard they opened a donation campaign to make a money bouquet and they've already raised over 100,000 baht. And mind you, this is the same man who banned gifts and money bouquets just a week ago, claiming artists don't share gifts or money with the company, and this is why they have bad attitude." But suddenly, when it's for him, he's excited. So yeah, Mr. Nawat is not going to change. Maybe we should actually listen to Charlotte for once, and stop giving him attention every single time he tries to rage bait the fandom. Moving on, let's talk about the Y Awards. Well, awards are a very sensitive topic in the GL community. I usually stay away from award season drama. I don't like getting into arguments about voting, who deserved what, who won, who lost, because every fandom is passionate about their favorites, and that's normal but gets really messy sometimes. But the conversation around Namtan being snubbed for Best Leading Role is something I couldn't ignore, because it has completely taken over my feed. Fans were almost 100% sure Namtan was going to win this category. And that wasn't just blind confidence, the stats backed it up. Even the Y Awards official accounts were posting about it. She was clearly leading this fan-voted category for weeks. Then suddenly, everything changed. Right before voting closed on January 9th during the final hour, the live counting and visible stats were turned off. The system switched into what fans are calling blind voting, no real-time percentages or transparency. And when the winners were announced, the award went to Namtan, a BL actor. That's when the drama really exploded. According to screenshots shared by fans, Namtan was leading the Best Leading Role category with around 71.73% just before the final hour. Meanwhile, Namtan was ranked much lower, around 4 to 5%. So for the result to flip like that, and not by a small margin, but by a massive 65% swing, all within roughly the last 40-50 minutes? Yeah, that raised a lot of eyebrows. Fans started accusing the organizers of vote manipulation and unfair rigging, and it's not an unreasonable reaction. This isn't just casual online voting, this is a paid voting system. Fans are spending real, hard-earned money to vote for their favorite artists. People invested time, money, and effort, and the transparency of that process matters. That's why Namtan's side issued statements demanding clarification and transparency. And I want to be very clear here. This is not hate toward the winner, and it's not an attack on BL actors. This is about accountability. When you run a paid voting system, you owe the fans clear rules, visible tracking, and honest results. Turning off live stats right before voting ends, and then announcing a result that completely contradicts weeks of data is obviously going to cause distrust. Well, the Y Awards did respond to this controversy. They released a statement denying any rigging and claimed that the data used to determine the winner was accurate, even included a screenshot of the data. But that didn't really help their case. None of the data they shared is verifiable, and it's just summary graphics that anyone could make in Canva. So yeah, the controversy is very much alive. Interestingly, even some Namping fans are now cooperating with Namtan's fandom, asking for transparency and verifiable evidence, so Namping himself doesn't get unnecessary criticism. On the brighter side, namtanfilm did win another Best Couple award for Pluto, alongside Feimei winning Best GL for Somewhere Somehow, so there's some good news in the midst of this. And one more thing about paid voting. This is something many actresses actually discourage fans from doing. I've recently seen Kao and Jane asking their fans not to participate in any voting that requires spending money. There's even a video of Namtan circulating saying the same thing. Don't put your money into paid votes. Instead, save it for yourself or maybe for a fan meet or an official event.
ทำไงดีอ่ะฉันรู้ว่าเธอรักฉันมากแต่ว่าฉันอยากให้เธอเก็บเงินเอากินข้าวอร่อยๆไปซื้อของที่ตัวเองชอบบ้างเพราะว่าเธอทำเพื่อฉันเยอะแล้วนะจ๊ะแค่เธอมาลางานมาหาซื้อของมาให้เอาของกินมาให้เอาของมาฝากเดินทางมาจากต่างประเทศเธอทำงานอะไรกันล่ะเอาฉันไปด้วยถ้ามีเวลามาขนาดนี้ถูกต้องไหมก็อยากให้ทุกคนได้ทำเพื่อตัวเองบ้างทุกคนก็ทำเพื่อน้ำตาลเยอะแล้วก็เดี๋ยวหลังจากนี้น้ำตาลก็จะอาชีพติ่งจริงอาชีพติ่งนี้รวยนะงงมากคือน้ำตาลชอบแอบถามว่าทำอะไรหรอแบบที่บ้านทำอะไรกันหรออยากรู้มากว่าทำไมถึงมีเวลาเยอะขนาดนี้ทำไมถึงซื้อนู่นนี่นั่นมาให้ได้เยอะขนาดนี้เอาที่พอดีทุกคนทุกอย่างมันต้องอยู่ในความพอดีถ้ารักกันแล้วมันลำบากเกินไปมันก็จะกลายเป็นน้ำตาลก็จะเสียใจนะเอาจริงเอาที่แบบพอดีแต่เข้าใจตอนนั้นก็ที่ร้องไห้แบบว่ากลัวว่าแบบถ้าไม่มาหาเธอแล้วจะไม่มีคนหาจะร้องอีกแหละนึกออกปะคือแต่ถ้าแบบในวันที่เธอไม่ว่างไม่สะดวกจริงๆอะฉันก็อยากให้เธอเดี๋ยวเราค่อยมีโอกาสมาหากันใหม่ก็ได้โอเคจะหาเวลามาไลฟ์บ้างอะไรเงี้ยถ้ามีเวลาก็จะมาแต่ว่า1 วันบางทีก็หมดไปแล้วอะไรเงี้ยแต่ก็ง่วงด้วยอะไรเงี้ยก็จะตั้งใจทำงานให้สมกับความรักที่ทุกคนมอบมาให้ทางไอ้นี่รักคุณค่ะ
Now we have fans disappointed in the companies. Enjoy was on live recently, and she was really honest with her fans. She didn't make any fake promises like some management teams do. It all started when a fan asked about meeting the couple. Enjoy said that's not possible because there's currently no work for them. No events, nothing. She herself sounded disappointed in the company. She mentioned that she thought they'd get to spend Children's Day with fans, but that didn't happen. On top of that, when asked about awards, she said she won't be attending any and has no idea when fans will get to see them again. There's been radio silence from the company and no promotional events are lined up for Denied Love on the 29th. She also mentioned that the future is very uncertain. When asked about their second series, Love on Hire, she said, "As for Love on Hire, I honestly don't know when they're planning to start filming. They haven't come to discuss anything with me, haven't informed me of any plans at all. So I really can't say when we'll get to meet everyone again. Whatever you see on the calendar, whatever is listed there, that's all there is for now." So fans are left in the dark, and it's clear that the company isn't giving much direction or support for the projects right now. Moving on, Enjoy also talked about voting donations during her live. She said, "There's something I want to mention. Voting donations. I don't want you to waste your money. I know you do it out of love, and I really appreciate it. My J-Land is so talented, and you're always fully behind us, but I don't want you to feel like you have to spend money on votes. I want our talent to be seen by everyone, and I sincerely thank you for always supporting us, pushing for awards, and showing love." Fans are understandably worried about the couple's future. Many feel their management is being lazy. Enjoy and June are under Conversation Thailand, a smaller company that usually works with content creators but doesn't produce projects themselves. They collaborate with other production houses, like Denied Love, which was done with Copy of Bangkok. Still, fans are disappointed. They feel the management should do more than just give crumbs of content. There is real concern about the second series getting cancelled, in the worst case, the ship ending because the company doesn't have enough resources, just like what happened with Grace and OA. A campaign is currently ongoing asking for better treatment of enjoyjune. Meanwhile, LingOrm fans are upset with Channel 3, especially after the Orm abortion smear campaign. The company hasn't addressed fans' concerns and continues to ignore them. Fans are still asking for protection for Orm, and couple and upcoming series Play Park are also receiving almost no promotion. It's like they're being treated as an abandoned child, absolute no promotions, which is a sharp contrast compared to other couples under the same company. Fans are mad at management for that as well. Lastly, I found out that Namnung from Love X was announced to be in a GL series. She even appears in the trailer. But don't get too excited just yet because there's no update if this project will actually release. From what I've seen, it might be shelved or even canceled. Well, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.